Year 1732. Nawab Sadullah Khan, one of the most enlightened native noblemen from Bijapur's prominent Konkani Muslim family, and the last Mughal appointee as the king of Carnatic, who earlier transferred his capital from Jinji to Arakat and ruled all Mughal holdings in the south. He carried out contribution warfare in Srirangpatnam and collected peshkash or tribute from its rulers, like his predecessors, including Europeans. After Aurangzeb's death in 1707, his incompetent replacements and continuous conflict for the throne weakened the Delhi's power. Sadullah Khan, with no children, adopted his brother's son Dost Ali Khan and named him his heir, for which he got the Mughal emperor's confidential approval without telling the Nizam of Deccan, who claimed sovereignty over the Nawab. But Nizam's control was also weak, and he could not prevent the office of Nawab of Carnatic from being hereditary, so he approved the appointment. Accordingly, when Sadullah Khan died in 1732, Dost Ali took over as Nawab of Carnatic, mostly relying on European help, particularly from Mr. M. Beno Dumas, the then Governor General of the French Indies at Pondicherry. Dumas, a servant of the old Company of the Indies, joined the French East India Company at the age of 17 in 1713 and was posted to Pondicherry. Thoroughly acquainting him with the native ways, he became the Governor General of the French Indies due to his skill, shrewdness, and prudence, not risking much without a tangible result. He was anxious to extend French territory in India. Therefore, gauging the situation, Dumas asked Dost Ali to permit him to mint coins, as English was allowed earlier. On strong request from the Nawab, the then Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah issued a farman at the end of 1736, authorizing the French to mint the currency in gold and silver with the Mughal seal on one side and the mint name on the other. The French gained enormously from this privilege. However, intimacy with the Dost Ali yielded much more vital results. Dost Ali had two sons, Safdar Ali the older and several daughters, one of whom married his nephew Murtaza Ali and another to Chanda Sahib. Despite not loving the French like his father, Safdar Ali respected their authority, notably the Pondicherry fortifications. Nonetheless, Chanda Sahib, born without future but with the immense capacity, enthusiasm, and unlimited ambition, was more attracted to foreigners. The French connection initially appealed to him, and he probably understood their ambition to expand. In 1735, the Hindu Raja of Tiruchinappalli died without issue, and his widow Rani and relatives fought for power. And when Rani asked Dost Ali for help, he sent a force under the titular leadership of his son Safdar Ali, whose real commander was his son-in-law Chanda Sahib. They took control of the contested territory, and after taking possession on April 26, 1736, Chanda Sahib imprisoned the Rani and received an investiture from Safdar Ali, who returned to Arakat, making him his father-in-law's lieutenant. Nearby Tanjore was another Hindu kingdom between Tiruchinappalli and Coromandel, and the Kolrin River, which flows 30 miles below Pondicherry, borders its north. Shivaji's father, Shahji, granted Venkaji it in perpetuity, and after his death, his son Tukaji succeeded, who died in 1738, leaving three sons, legitimate Baba Sahib and Sahuji and Pratap Singh, a son from a concubine. Baba Sahib became king but died childless within 1 year. Then Saeed Khan, the Muslim commander of Tanjore, hastily created Sidhuji, a fictitious cousin of Sahuji, and sparked a revolution in his support. They quickly took the palace and Tanjore strongholds, leaving Sahuji barely able to escape. He crossed the Kolrin River and sought refuge in Chelabram, a fortified temple 24 miles from Pondicherry, where he started negotiation with Dumas for help. Sahuji offered the French Karaikal, Kirkangadi, 10 villages, and all the estates if they helped him recover Tanjore. The bargain was appealing to the French, as they had been seeking to settle with Tanjore for a long time, but the Dutch in Negapatnam, a few kilometers south of Karaikal, opposed them. Dumas instantly agreed with the Sahuji's envoys to send the prince ₹1,00,000 in silver, arms, gunpowder, and other warlike goods, and signed the formal treaty. Accordingly, Dumas sent two cruisers, the 60-gun Boban and the 40-gun St. Jadran, with men, artillery, and warlike provisions to conquer Karaikal. Meanwhile, Sahuji also applied other methods, bribes and promises, then coercion, and also got help from the Tanjore nobility, including the strong Said, the Asperper, and triumphantly returned to Tanjore. And when the Bourbon and Saint Geron anchored on the Karaikal road, state commanders faced changed circumstances as the French aid was unwelcome. Khan Sahib, a trusted officer of Sahuji, commanded 4,000 troops stationed at Karaikal, which also made landing difficult. Sahuji excused Dumas from landing over Karaikal, citing the immediate threat of Chanda Sahib from Trichinapalli. Dumas was prudent and preferred to wait, and he recalled the ships to Pondicherry. The opportunity arose soon. After learning the betrayal of Raja Sahuji, Chanda Sahib felt it was time to strengthen his alliance with the French. He notifies Dumas to march his men to Karaikal to conquer it and hand it over to the French. His pledge to acquire a portion of Raja's land and property did not threaten the French or imply territorial expansion, as a powerful Indian potentate offered to force a weaker monarch to comply. Dumas accepted the offer, and Chanda Sahib sent 4,000 horses commanded by Francisco Pereira, a Spaniard in his service but fully loyal to the French. Pereira reached Karaikal on February 6, 1739 and stormed the Kirkan Gadi fort the same day without opposition as the Tanjore soldiers retreated. As planned on February 14, 1739, Pereira gave the French Karaikal, Kirkan Gadi fort and the surrounding region. These harsh measures affected Raja Sahuji, a weak and unmanly man. But overwhelmed, he quickly sent signal to Pondicherry, blaming the Dutch at Nagapatnam for the denial and promising to implement the earlier deal. Sahuji may have consented this because the arrangement required the French to pay 100,000 rupees. But before his ideas could reach Pondicherry, a domestic revolution overthrew Sahuji, installing Pratap Singh, his half-brother, as his replacement, who later confirmed the agreement and the land. French India now includes Karaikal.